Hi, my name is Chris Matthews and I'm your relationship coach and licensed marriage and family therapist. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about why do people lie in relationships and how do you rebuild trust after being lied to. So, really glad to be back with you guys today to talk about an important topic, and that is why do people lie in dishonesty in relationships. So, as a marriage and family therapist that exclusively treats couples, you can imagine that betrayal, lies, and deceits are a really big thing that couples come to counseling for. In this video, I'm going to address the 3 different types of lies and talk about the 3 B's to prevent BS. So, the first reason why I see a lot of couples in therapy that lie is because they're desiring to protect or safeguard their partner. A lot of times this person or the partner that lies has put themselves in a situation, voluntarily or involuntarily, where something happened and they don't want their partner to find out because they know if their partner finds out, it could create some hostility, chaos, or tension. Prime example, I had a couple come in and one of the partners had a history of infidelity, cheating, and not being as a good mate. He cleaned his act up, and he had multiple years of good behavior, not cheating, and being honest. However, he got a call from an ex-girlfriend out the blue. She found his information from another friend of a friend, and he did everything he was supposed to do. The girl calls. He says, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's nice talking to you." As soon as he realized that she wanted to invite herself into his life romantically, he closed the door. He said, "Nope, I'm married. I'm happy with my family," and he got off the phone. So he did that right. Where he messed up was he didn't tell his wife. He thought he could just simply erase the phone call on the phone and she would never know. So he lied to her because she actually found the phone bill. She, recognized the number. She Googled it. She did a little bit of research because she was only a couple years removed from being cheated on. So their trust was building, but she still didn't trust him, which is normal. She finds out that it was an ex-girlfriend. So usually when your partner comes to you about something you lied about, they already know it was a lie. So that's step 1 to remember. If your partner comes to you, they already know what the truth is. So she does her investigation, then comes to him and says, "Hey, did Sheila call you?" Immediately he goes, "Sheila? I don't know no Sheila. No, Sheila didn't call me." Mind you, guys, girls, women, if your partner comes to you, they already know the answer. So he lies to protect or safeguard her. Instead of safeguarding his partner, he actually causes more damage. Because from now, that lie has produced an environment where she can't trust anything else he says. So he then confesses that Sheila did call, and he tries to describe how he did the right thing. He told her he was in a relationship, but it didn't matter. The damage was already done. So lying to protect or safeguard is not a good choice when it comes to keeping information from your partner. The next type of lie is lying to control. This is when, your partner uses falsehoods as leverage in order to sustain some type of authoritarian position in the relationship. So, all false narratives at some point are going to come to light. And it's important that you are honest with your partner because they're going to find the truth out. And when they find it out from someone else besides you, it's actually going to be more painful. A prime example is, lying to control when it comes to money. I had a client in therapy. He lied to his partner about losing his job. He felt like as the breadwinner that his wife respected him because he made the money. So he loses his job, but wakes up every morning for like 2 weeks and acts like he's going to work. He got dressed in a suit and tie, got in the car, dropped the kids off, and then would drive around for 8 hours because he was ashamed to tell his wife that he lost his job. He wasn't lying to do anything more than to control the situation, because he didn't want to come to his wife and share that he was no longer the breadwinner. And what happened from that lie was the wife took it as deceit. Because once you find out that your partner lied to you, you then unpackage the lie. So as you unpackage the lie, you start to question everything from the moment the lie happened all the way up to now. So as she learned that for weeks he wasn't going to work, she asked, what else was he doing? Was he using drugs? Was he cheating on her? And then she started to question, well, what else does he lie about? Because she believed him for weeks that he was going to work. So lying to control is the second reason why people lie, and it usually backfires. The third reason why people lie is lying to glorify. This is also called exaggeration. We want our partner to see us in our best light. I get that. But at the same time, if they're choosing to be your lifelong committed partner, they're going to learn eventually the good, the bad, and the ugly. So lying to glorify, a lot of times couples will come in because they have an internal issue of a lack of self-worth, lack of esteem, lack of value, and they want to tell a lie to boost themselves up in their partner's eyes. Instead, once that lie is revealed, it just does the opposite. Another example, a common example lying to glorify is when a partner is in the dating or courtship phase and they talk about things they don't have or things they haven't done. And I had a client in therapy. She got so upset with her boyfriend. She said, I'll never forget, she said, so you mean tell me these last couple months you were just providing me with a representative and not really your real self? And that stuck with me because you don't want to give your partner a representative. You want to give your partner who you are. So we've covered the three types of common lies: lying to protect and safeguard, lying to control, and lying to glorify. Now let's talk about the 3 B's to prevent BS. The first one, be open. Being open with your partner requires vulnerability. And a lot of people don't know what vulnerability is. People think vulnerability is being weak, but it's actually being strong. The reason why vulnerability is being strong, because when you're vulnerable, you're putting yourself out there to be hurt. You're putting yourself out there to be protected. You're putting yourself out there for either a good or a bad outcome. So in other words, I think of being vulnerable as just jumping off the ladder and seeing if the parachute is going to open or not. And I like to listen to a lot of business videos. So Grant Cardone is somebody who I listen to a lot. And he always has a saying about, if you're going to lose the deal, lose it early so you're not wasting your time. Being open with your partner is going to prevent lying, because if they don't like what they hear when you're in the dating phase or the courtship phase, then you both can move on without wasting your time. So being open and being vulnerable prevents you from lying and wasting your time, because if you're going to lose the deal or the attraction is going to dissolve eventually, let's let it happen sooner than later. The next B, be empathetic. When you're empathetic with your partner, they're going to be less likely to lie to you because they know they don't have to be perfect. And that's something that my wife and I, we encounter a lot of. We did that at the beginning. She was very empathetic with my imperfections. Before, I became a clinician and we met young. We were like 19 when we met. So I would boast myself up or attempt to say things that weren't true. And it would be something like a job I was working, how much money I was making, for example. And one day I came to her and I said, you know what? I usually tell, women this story about how much money I'm making and how well I'm doing in school, because I was in college at the time. I said, with you, I'm almost flunking out of my classes. I'm working a fast food job, and I don't have it like that, but I will one day. And from being open with her, she was able to provide me the empathy, and she grabbed my hand and she was like, well, let's do it together. And in that moment, she showed me that when I present my authentic self to her, that was good enough. So being empathetic with your partner can prevent them from lying or trying to give you or show you their representative. The last B is be forgiving. Being forgiving doesn't look like being naive. It looks like using moments to create rules for next time. So when my wife and I first moved into the house together, an apartment, I'll never forget. So she had cooked dinner, and we had a child at the time, our firstborn, and he was like 1.5. So she cooks dinner. I sit down, I eat my plate, leave the plate there, leave all the dishes, immediately get up and cut the football game on. And my wife looked at me like, no, he didn't. So she taught me, no, Chris, we're a family. When you finish eating, you make sure that you go to the dishes and get those clean. You make sure that the table's wiped off, sweep the floor. And you also then look at what other tasks need to be done. Are there clothes that need to be folded on the table? Does our son need to get a bath? What else do we need to do? You don't just get up from the table and go do you. You're a family unit. She was forgiving in that moment. She knew that I was not married before. I didn't have a family structure that produced those behaviors. We were growing up as children. We kind of fend for ourselves. So my wife forgave the action and used it as an opportunity to teach me what she expected and how she wanted our family to be. And because she was forgiven, it led me to not want to lie or keep things from her. But at the same time, she still held me accountable. So being forgiven doesn't look like being naive. It looks like giving your partner an opportunity to be accountable by showing them what you expect and what you need. So in this video, I was able to go over the three types of most types of lies that couples tell, and also the 3 B's: be open, be empathetic, and be forgiving, which can prevent lying from happening in a relationship. I hope this video was helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. Also, be open to viewing our website, Relationship Counseling Tools, because there are a lot of different workshops and online courses and videos and material that promote relationship safety. I believe that all relationships are built on partners feeling safe, heard, understood, and cared for. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.
You can never go back. I got